I didn't learn how to cook until, guess when?
Let me introduce you.
Pastor Adeboye has once again said something that sets Nigerian Twitter on fire. Literally. What made it worse was when Toke Makinwa decided to respond to the tweets. It was just like adding fuel, petrol, to fire. Amongst a series of other tweets from Pastor Adeboye's Twitter handle, it was tweeted that he said, "My sons, don't marry a lady who cannot cook. She needs to know how to do chores and cook because you cannot afford to be eating out all the time." Toke said, "Cooking is not restricted to a gender. Guys, learn how to cook so you don't base the entirety of picking a life partner on your belly. If you don't want to, make enough to hire a chef. Life is too short to be triggered all the time." So, Adenike, what do you think? I'm coming. Hi, if it's your first time here, my name is Adenike. On this channel, I create content that relates to love, marriage, life. So if you're interested in those, then please go ahead and subscribe for more and check out my other videos as well, okay? Thank you. The first thing I want us to keep in mind is context, okay? Context is very, very important in every situation, because if you isolate a single statement, it's easy to judge people. So I'm saying that to say that Pastor Adeboye's tweet was just a quote. The handle was tweeting a series of quotes from him, and it was a quote from, I don't know, maybe one of his books, one of his messages, I don't know. What I'm saying is it was an isolated quote, so we don't know in what context he referenced that quote. So let's just make sure we keep that in mind. It's really, really unfortunate that we live in a society that has refused, and not just Nigeria alone, all over the world. There are people who still refuse to believe that women were not just made by God for the kitchen, that women were made for so much more. And this, alongside many other battles, the battles that women are consistently fighting. I'm not even talking about being a feminist or not right now. I'm talking about women just having to consistently prove themselves that there is more to us than just being cooks and baby factories, you know, and sitting at home taking care of the kids. And it seems that regardless of how hard women work to get into positions of power and become presidents of countries and things like that, there will always be men and human beings, even fellow women, who believe that no, a woman's place is only in the kitchen and to the satisfaction of her husband in the bedroom and all of that. Especially as a woman, if you're watching this, don't allow yourself to be pushed around with society. Don't let the society influence life-changing decisions, even your everyday decisions at that. Make choices that you want. Make choices that you believe in. Just imagine if Barack Obama didn't marry Michelle just because she couldn't cook, or Bill Clinton didn't marry Hillary Clinton because she couldn't cook, or Ibukun Awoshika, or Folorunsho Alakija, or Funke Felix Adejumo. Imagine if their husbands did not marry them when they did because they couldn't cook. These women will still be great because their greatness is not tied to the men that they are married to. There was pre-existing greatness in them before they ever met this men. What just happened was that they were properly aligned, purposefully aligned, destiny aligned with who they should have been aligned with, who in turn helped to bring out the greatness in them. My point being, the greatness in you as a woman has absolutely nothing to do with your ability to cook or throw it down in the kitchen or not. I didn't learn how to cook until, guess when? During my NYSC in 2008, 2009. Yeah, that was when I learned how to cook. I never learned up until then because, one, I was the last one in my house. I had 4 older siblings to take care of me. I had my mom to take care of me. We never had a cook in the house, but my mom always cooked. My mom cooking, keep in mind, she wasn't a full-time housewife, or she had a full-time job. And in fact, the older we grew, the lesser time she spent in the kitchen. So I never really paid attention. I was too lazy. I couldn't be bothered. I was in private university after boarding house in secondary school. So I never really spent enough time at home to really say, oh, I want to learn how to cook. And I really wasn't ashamed about it. I mean, it wasn't like I couldn't cook at all. I understood the basics, but I just really couldn't be bothered with cooking. It wasn't until NYSC when I started living where I was responsible for my own cooking. In fact, for our cooking, that I was first to learn. I remember going to the market one time when I was 7 and I wanted to cook okra, and so I went into the market. Those women were helping me to cut the okra, and then I said, oh, sorry, please, how do you make this again? You should have seen the look they gave me. They looked at me like a grown woman, like you don't know how to make okra. They were so judgmental. I just collected my okra, paid for it, and left and figured it out myself when I got home. My point being, it wasn't until cooking became a necessity for my survival that I was first to learn. In fact, if I'm cooking in the presence of my siblings today, they still look at me in wonder like, wait, so you really do know how to cook now? That is to tell you that cooking is not a gender thing, okay? It is a survival thing. Both men and women need to know how to cook. In fact, when my brothers throw it down in the kitchen, when my husband Tosin throws it down in the kitchen when he really wants to, aside from beans, just being able to take care of yourself and survive on your own. This past Sunday, we went to church. We went for first service, myself and my husband Tosin. So because it was early, it was first service, I was a bit tired when we woke up getting ready. I really wasn't in my energetic mood like that. Then even when we were in church, I was a bit slow to everything. I was just tired, I was sleepy. So when we got home, the initial plan was, oh, I'll get home, cook, and then would eat and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'm really tired. Let me just quickly sleep for like 30 minutes and then I'll get up and cook. And it was like, no, don't worry about it. I'll just make something else. I'll make this and this and this and this. And he was like, do you want some? I was like, actually, I don't mind, but I'm going to sleep. And he was like, okay, sleep. I'll go make it. When it's ready, I'll come wake you up. And then we'll eat. And that was exactly what it did. That is my husband cooking for both of us because he knows how to cook. He's not sulking and folding his hands in one corner, or he doesn't turn into a fight just because, oh, he probably doesn't know how to cook and then he's waiting and dependent on me to feed him. I mean, I cook all the time at home, do you get? But it's because this is also my home. He is my husband. I want to take care of him. He wants to take care of me. This is my home. I do the chores. Yes, I clean. Because I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos. And what I said was that because it's my home, I want it to look a certain way. I want it to feel a certain way. It's his home. He wants it to look a certain way. He wants it to feel a certain way. He goes out and buys things that will make the house look nicer, make it feel warmer, make it like... It is our home. That is what marriage is all about. Helping each other out, not just depending on one person to be doing everything. No. Help meet. Help meet. That's what the Bible says. Help meet. Help meet each other. And that is going to lead me into Toke's second tweet that I also want to reference. After that one, she tweeted again saying that bans on hair, pure hilarious. Strive to date or marry someone who's on the same page as you, if not in all areas, at least some. You can compromise on some things, but it's healthy if you see life from the same view. You need to live long and not spend the rest of your life explaining. I personally think there is so much sense in both of Toke's tweets. She's not saying Pastor Adeboye is right. She's not saying Pastor Adeboye is wrong. She's just saying personally make choices that are great for you as a man. If you desire a woman that can cook, then look for that woman and don't judge other women that cannot cook whilst you are on your journey to finding your cook, because it doesn't make them any less of a woman if they don't know how to cook. Likewise, other issues that are important that you're supposed to deal with and find out whilst you're dating someone. Issues that affect your livelihood and well-being and purpose and destiny. There are certain issues that you know that you absolutely cannot compromise on, but there are some things that you should be flexible upon when it comes to purpose and destiny. So many issues, you need to find someone that you are in agreement with. Even the Bible says it, two cannot work together unless they agree. Men, don't marry a woman that you know cannot cook or you knew couldn't cook whilst you were dating her, only to not be complaining after marrying her. STFU. Okay? Please, ladies, don't marry men that don't fit into the lifestyle that you desire. You knew how much he was making before you decided to marry him. So don't start stressing the man and pulling down the roof on him just because he's not providing for a certain lifestyle that you're used to. Long and short of it, like Toke said, it's just marry someone that sees things the way you do. Marry someone who doesn't care if you know how to cook. Marry someone who wants you to work as a woman. Marry someone who doesn't mind if being a stay-at-home mom is what you want. Just make sure you are in agreement with whoever you decide to spend the rest of your life with. If a man doesn't marry you simply because you cannot cook, not because you are dirty or you are an animal to live with or you're just a horrible human being or because of your faith or your beliefs and all of that, simply because you cannot cook, a man says he cannot marry you, he's the one with the problem, not you. Guys, what do you think about this topic as I've discussed this and others? Let's continue the conversation down below in the comment section. You know I love to hear from you. It's very essential to me. Also, I have amazing content on the channel which I want you to check out. So don't just leave. Check out my other videos. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in the kind of content that I create. And of course, I will see you again very, very soon. You know how we do it. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see you again very, very soon. I'll see you again very, very soon. Remain in God and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.